In this video, we'll get started with GitLab and explore its core capabilities. We'll begin by installing GitLab extensions, setting up authentication, and cloning a repository. Then we'll explore GitLab Duo features, including AI Powered code generation, suggestions, error fixing, and test case creation. Finally, we'll automate CI/CD using .gitlab.ci.yml, perform root cause analysis, and add security features for a more reliable pipeline. To get started with GitLab Duo, the first step is to install the GitLab extension in Visual Studio Code. From the left-hand side, I'll click on the extensions icon. In the search bar, I'll type GitLab. From the results, select the official GitLab workflow extension published by GitLab. Now click on Install. Once the installation is complete, the GitLab extension is successfully added to Visual Studio Code, and this extension enables GitLab Duo features directly inside the editor. With the extension installed, we're now ready to move on to the next step, which is authenticating our GitLab account. To authenticate GitLab with Visual Studio Code, press Ctrl+Shift+P to open the command palette. Now type authenticate and select the authentication option. If you're using gitlab.com, click on that option. If you're using a self-hosted GitLab instance, you can choose the second option and provide your instance URL. Next, you'll be prompted to authenticate either using OAuth or a personal access token. I'm choosing OAuth. Now click on Open. This will open a browser window where GitLab will ask you to authenticate. Once you click Authorize, Visual Studio Code will complete the process. You'll see a message confirming that your GitLab account has been successfully added. Now that GitLab is authenticated with Visual Studio Code, the next step is to clone the repository. To do this, select Git Clone. Visual Studio Code will then list all the GitLab projects and repositories I have access to. Next, it will ask how you want to clone the repository. You can choose either SSH or HTTPS. For this demo, I'm going with the HTTPS option. Once selected, the cloning process will begin and the repository will be downloaded to my local system. Once the repository is cloned, the project is ready to be opened in Visual Studio Code. This is where GitLab Duo adds real value by assisting developers directly inside the editor. Okay, if you want to check whether GitLab Duo features are enabled or not, you can see some GitLab Duo icons on the left side of Visual Studio Code. You'll see GitLab Duo Chat is there, GitLab Workflow is there, and the GitLab Duo Agent platform is there. So GitLab Duo Chat. Basically, it is an AI chat in GitLab that supports developers with coding tasks and useful for getting quick explanation, suggestion without leaving the platform. The next one, we have GitLab Workflow. So GitLab Workflow in Visual Studio lets you work on issues, branches, and merge requests without leaving your editor. It keeps everything connected so that you can code and manage tasks in one place. Next, we have GitLab Duo Agent Platform. So basically, this GitLab Duo agent platform lets AI agent help you out across the development workflow, and it makes automation and assistance easier by plugging AI into the GitLab process. Now that the repository is cloned and opened in Visual Studio Code, we're going to create the entire project using GitLab Duo simply by providing a natural language prompt. This is exactly how we help our teams and customers move faster. Instead of starting from scratch, we use AI-assisted development to accelerate project setup while still following industry best practices. I already have a predefined natural language prompt that clearly describes the project requirements. I'll copy this prompt, open the GitLab Duo agent panel, and paste it here. One important thing to note is that GitLab Duo supports more than 20 programming languages. Once the prompt is pasted, I'll press enter and GitLab Duo will start analyzing the request. Based on this single prompt, it will automatically generate the project structure, required files, and the initial code. As you can see, GitLab Duo is now creating the files in real time. This includes the folder structure, configuration files, and source code, all aligned with the project requirements. As you can see, the files have now been successfully created based on the natural language prompt I provided. GitLab Duo has translated that single prompt into a complete project structure. Here on the left, you can see the folders and files that were automatically generated, including the application code, configuration files, and supporting resources. Each of these files directly maps back to the requirements described in the prompt, which means there was no manual setup needed to get started. This is where GitLab Duo delivers real impact. It helps our teams move from an idea to a working project structure in minutes while maintaining consistency, standards, and best practices across projects. Now that the project is set up, let me show you how GitLab Duo's code suggestions work on existing code. Here I already have a block of code in place. GitLab Duo analyzes this code and understands the context of what's already written. Now I'll press enter and you can see GitLab Duo automatically suggesting the next lines of code based on the existing implementation. If I want to accept the suggestion, I can simply press tab and the suggested code is added instantly. If I want to ignore the suggestion, I can press backspace and continue without applying it. This allows our developers to enhance and extend existing code faster, improve productivity, and maintain code quality without changing how they normally write code. Just like code suggestions are one of the Duo features, there are other features as well. Let me show you one of them. If you need an explanation for a block of code, especially if you're not able to understand it, you can simply select that block of code and right-click on it. Within your workspace, you'll see a GitLab Duo chat option. From there, select Open Quick Chat. You can ask any question. I'll simply ask, explain this block of code, and press enter. As you can see, the explanation says that this code block demonstrates a simple calculator service usage. It prints a header, performs an addition, and displays the result. Apart from this, you can also use GitLab Duo Chat from the left side panel. This is the GitLab Duo Chat interface. All you need to do is select a block of code and use the available commands. As you can see, there are commands like reset, clear, tests, refactor, fix, explain, and include. You can also use a natural language prompt such as explain this block of code, and it will provide a detailed explanation. Now let me show you how GitLab Duo helps with error resolution using both GitLab Duo Chat and the GitLab Duo agent. First, I'll use GitLab Duo Chat to understand what the error is. Here, I'll select the code with the error and ask GitLab Duo Chat to explain what's going wrong. GitLab Duo Chat analyzes the code and the error message and provides a clear explanation of the issue in simple terms. This helps developers quickly understand the root cause without spending time searching through documentation or forums. Once we understand the error, the next step is to fix it using the GitLab Duo agent. Let me quickly introduce a small error in the code so we can see how GitLab Duo helps identify and fix it. Here, I have a simple array of numbers. I'll remove the number 7 from this list. Now this change introduces an issue in the logic that depends on this value. Instead of manually figuring out what went wrong, I'll use GitLab Duo Chat to understand the error. I'll select this code and ask GitLab Duo Chat what the problem is and why it's happening. As you can see, the array is missing the number 7 in the sequence, which introduces an error in the code. Now I'll use the GitLab Duo agent to fix this issue. I'll give a simple prompt, fix the error and let GitLab Duo handle it. GitLab Duo is now analyzing the code and applying the required correction based on the context. As you can see, it's fixing the error automatically without me having to manually update the code. You'll notice that the change is not highlighted inside the editor, and even in the source control or commit section, it's only showing that the file has been modified without showing the exact line-by-line changes. This happens because GitLab Duo agent applies the fix in the background as an automated update, and Visual Studio Code hasn't refreshed the diff view yet. What's important to understand is that the fix has been applied to the file. The file status indicates that a change has occurred, and once we open or reload the file, the updated code becomes visible. Now that the core functionality is in place, the next step is to create test cases for the project. Instead of writing test cases manually, I'll use the GitLab Duo agent to generate them. I'll open the GitLab Duo agent platform and provide a simple prompt. Generate test cases for my project. GitLab Duo analyzes the project structure, existing code, and business logic. Based on this context, it automatically generates test cases that follow consistent patterns and best practices. As you can see, GitLab Duo is now creating the test files. Once the generation is complete, I'll show you the test files directly in the Visual Studio Code workspace. These test cases can be reviewed, customized if required, and committed to the repository. This plays a key role in quality and compliance. By generating standardized test cases early, we ensure better test coverage, consistent validation, and traceability, which are critical for meeting enterprise quality standards and audit requirements. As you can see, the test cases have been successfully generated by GitLab Duo. Here in the Visual Studio Code workspace, you can see the newly created test files. These files are automatically aligned with the existing project structure and code logic. This means the tests are ready to be reviewed, executed, and integrated into the pipeline. Now I'm creating the GitLab CI.yaml configuration file for this project using the GitLab Duo agent. I give a prompt in the GitLab Duo agent platform, and based on the project context, GitLab Duo generates the pipeline configuration file. From Visual Studio Code itself, I'm pushing this file directly to GitLab. The reason I use a GitLab CI.yaml file is because it defines the entire CI/CD pipeline for the project. It tells GitLab how and when to run jobs like build, test, and deployment, ensuring that every code change goes through the same automated workflow. This is critical for maintaining quality and consistency. With a standardized GitLab CI.yaml, we ensure that code is automatically tested and validated before it moves forward. As soon as I push the GitLab CI.yaml configuration file, the pipeline automatically starts. Now I'm navigating to the GitLab pipeline section. Here, you can see that the build stage and unit test stage have completed successfully. The only stage that's failing right now is test quality. I'll click on the test quality job and check what the error is. Instead of manually analyzing logs or debugging this myself, I'll simply click on troubleshoot and let GitLab Duo handle it. GitLab Duo now analyzes the failure and provides a clear root cause analysis. It's not just identifying the problem, it's also suggesting the exact solution. And as you can see, GitLab Duo goes one step further by automatically creating a merge request with the fix. There's no manual process involved. Now, as you can see, the test quality stage has also succeeded. The fix suggested by GitLab Duo has been applied, and the pipeline is running successfully end to end. All stages, build, unit tests, and test quality are now passing. This clearly shows how GitLab Duo not only helps identify and fix issues, but also ensures that the pipeline returns to a healthy state quickly. Now I'm adding security features to the existing GitLab c.yaml file. I'm opening the updated GitLab c.yaml file in Visual Studio Code. As you can see, security jobs have now been added to the pipeline configuration, including SAST, secret detection, dependency scanning, and container scanning. These jobs ensure that the code is continuously scanned for vulnerabilities, exposed secrets, insecure dependencies, and container level risks as part of the CI/CD pipeline. Now that the security features are added to the GitLab ci.yaml file, the pipeline runs automatically. As you can see, the pipeline has succeeded for secret detection and dependency scanning. However, the SAST job has failed. Just like before, I can click on the failed SAST job and use the troubleshoot option to understand and resolve the issue. GitLab Duo analyzes the findings, explains the root cause, and helps guide the fix. If any vulnerabilities are detected, GitLab also generates a vulnerability report. From this report, I can view detailed findings and even download the report for audit or compliance purposes. In addition to that, the security dashboard gives a centralized view of all security findings across the project, including SAST, dependency risks, and secrets. This gives teams complete visibility into their security posture, helps them fix issues faster, and ensures security is continuously monitored throughout the development lifecycle. Now that we're at the end of this video, we've seen how GitLab helps streamline development workflows from repository setup and CI/CD automation to AI-powered capabilities with GitLab Duo and built-in security. Together, these features enable teams to deliver code faster, reduce manual effort, and maintain secure and reliable pipelines. As a trusted GitLab partner, Canaries has a dedicated team that works closely with organizations to help them adopt, optimize, and scale GitLab across the SDLC. Whether you're starting your GitLab journey or looking to enhance your existing setup, Canaries can support you at every stage. Connect with Canaries to learn how we can help you get the most value from GitLab and accelerate your DevOps transformation. To learn more about how Canaries automation supports teams with GitLab, GitLab Duo, CI/CD, and DevSecOps, feel free to reach out. You'll find our website and LinkedIn links. Thank you.